What's up guys, Big M here. I'm a former British paratrooper, and in today's video we're going to be covering the FN EVOLYS. Okay, so FN Herstal's latest light machine gun. I'm super excited to get into this video. I hope you are too. If you are, please like, subscribe and share this video around. It massively helps grow this channel. Let's get in. Super excited for this one. Super excited. Super excited for this one, chat.
Welcome everybody. Thanks to all of you for having accepted our invitation under unusual circumstances in this time of a world pandemic. A situation that has not stopped FN Herstal, one of the leading names in the world of small caliber weapons, from continuing to develop innovative solutions and also doing everything possible to make this digital event that we share with you today a defining moment in our history. From a distance, but together, we will witness the official launch of a completely new entry in the FN Herstal product range.
So, for those who don't know, we currently in the British Army use the FN light machine gun, which is the Bruin, essentially. Fantastic bit of kit, 5.56 caliber, brilliant bit of kit, especially within a rifle company. So I'm super excited to see what they've brought out now. This next generation light machine gun, the EVOLYS.
Nicolas de Gautal, hello.
Hello, Bruno.
You are a member of the executive committee of FN Herstal and are also the company's VP Commercial Director. FN Herstal has a long tradition in the field of automatic and semi-automatic weapons.
Yes, indeed. You will remember the FAL rifle, designed just after the Second World War, which was closely followed by the FN MAG machine gun.
The famous FN MAG, which is a world reference among support weapons and is still produced in large numbers today.
Exactly. It came out.
There we go, the GPMG, or the FN MAG. That's what we also use in the British Army as well. Brilliant bit of kit. Similar to the M240, what the Americans use.
Onto the market in 1958 and was soon adopted by more than 90 countries. To date, there are more than 250,000 units around the world.
A machine gun that has earned a reputation for endurance and reliability.
Absolutely. That's what explains why it remains the world leader in 2021.
Can we say that FN Herstal wrote the book on machine guns?
Certainly. 30 years after the FN MAG, FN Herstal designed the first true light machine gun operated by one man, the FN Minimi. The FN.
So the Minimi, that's what we use in the British Army, is the light machine gun. You may know it if you play Call of Duty. It's the Bruin. It's a fantastic bit of kit. I've used it myself on my first tour of Afghanistan. I was a massive fan of the FN Minimi.
And Minimi first came onto the market in 5.56. Then the 7.62 version was launched in 2005.
It is still in service in many armies.
Certainly, the FN Minimi has been and still is a huge success. Like the FN MAG, it's still in service on all continents. It has been adopted by more than 70 countries, notably the United States. We continue.
If I just go back there real quick, I just want to show you that not only is it a belt-fed weapon,
It's been adopted by more than 70 countries.
you can also fit a magazine to the side. We don't really use this because if you had a 60-round mag on, for example, that would go quite quick, and it's not really effective in that respect. But yeah, it could be fitted with a magazine.
Notably the United States. We continue to manufacture many thousands of units every year.
Alongside these machine guns, FN Herstal has also played a leading role in ammunition development.
That is true. Since we designed and developed military cartridges in 7.62 and 5.56, these two cartridges were soon standardized by NATO in 1957 and 1981 respectively.
Wow, didn't know that. It's interesting.
They are still current standards to this day.
Awesome. So this company was responsible for that.
As I understand it, FN Herstal has never ceased to be a pioneer throughout its history. Today, are we talking about continuity or a break with the past?
Continuity of our values, of course. But I would also say a break with the past, given the huge evolutions that we see in the market, especially concerning the situation on the ground, and as a consequence, the expectations of users. These evolutions and expectations are constantly analyzed by our teams.
And so for this new development, you have made a summary of all these evolutions.
Exactly. And combined it with our expertise in small arms and our spirit of innovation.
To create a highly innovative concept.
True. I would even say a solution that combines innovation, performance, reliability, and user safety.
Brilliant.
Exactly what our customers are looking for.
Exactly that.
And expect to find at FN Herstal.
Nicolas de Cotel, thank you. We can clearly see that the innovations proposed by FN Herstal's research and development are based on the actual experience of users in the field. They reflect the needs that are not currently met, expressed by operators in the field and operational theaters. But what exactly are these new requirements that have guided FN Herstal in its strategic choices for the design of this new machine gun? I suggest that we take a look at them right now. Yves Roscom, hello.
Hello, Bruno.
You are in charge of foresight in FN Herstal. That means that you constantly analyze evolutions in user requirements, including concerning machine guns. What are the major trends in this field?
First and foremost, operations in urban areas have become the rule rather than the exception.
Yeah, so they're basically listening to what operators are using and what operators are finding as challenges. And as you can see there, the first few sentences there is talking about the build-up of urban environments. So what I'm anticipating with this new weapon system, it's going to be more efficient in a light roll company, like a rifle company. It's going to be more efficient going through built-up areas, clearing compounds. I'm anticipating all sorts of kinds of things. I guarantee it's going to be an ambidextrous weapon system. I keep going on about this in previous videos, but ambidextrous firing is absolutely, it's a minimum, in my eyes, it's a minimum requirement. You've got to be able to use weapon systems both ways. Albeit this weapon's going to be belt fed, so it'd be tricky, but we'll see. I mean, I'm excited to see what these guys have brought to the table. As an avid machine gunner, and a machine gunner when I was in the Paras, I'm so excited to see how this is getting employed, and I can foresee this being in the British Army very, very, very soon, if not already.
This specific context demands greater flexibility from combat units. They must have multiple capabilities always available right down to the smallest tactical unit, close with the enemy, suppressive fire, and selective engagement.
Yves, can you give a quick explanation of these three concepts?
Of course, closing with the enemy involves maneuvering towards this enemy and taking the objective. Suppressive fire is keeping the enemy pinned down, reducing its freedom of movement. Selective engagement is required to accurately engage a target of opportunity at longer range or when there is a risk of collateral damage.
Thanks for these explanations, Yves. And what is the general trend in requirements from operational users?
Well, at present, in the context of military operations on urban terrain which require small units to act independently, it is no longer possible to expect the squad or firearms to provide this flexibility. What is needed is for each user to be equipped to provide for himself these three capabilities when the situation requires it.
So why can't we have these three functions in the same weapon?
There are technical constraints. Firstly, to provide continuous and sustained suppressive fire requires a machine gun which, by definition, is belt-fed. This increases weight and size and reduces mobility. However, mobility is essential since it determines how long the soldier is exposed to the dangers of the battlefield. It's therefore a determining factor for his survivability. Secondly, the same weapon must be able to fire single shots for self-defense or selective engagements. This is not provided by machine guns.
Are there trends other than weight reduction and flexibility that influence user requirements?
Yes, there are two other important factors. First, target acquisition at different ranges by day or night. This requires the use of increasingly effective optical sights.
So they've considered enabling a platform. I imagine this platform is going to allow for multiple optics to be fitted, or ease of optics to be fitted, whether it be thermal, whether it be II, i.e. night vision, image intensifying, and IR being thermal. I anticipate it's going to allow, similar to the Sig Sauer 338 machine gun, it's going to be better fitted or better fitting for optics.
Mounting these optics on a machine gun has become complicated on current weapons that have interfaces composed of separate rails or that are not integral to the receiver. Next, whereas the use of sound suppressors was limited to special forces in the past, their use has become generalized today, including on machine guns. These suppressors greatly reduce the sound signature of the weapon. This improves...
Suppressors on a machine gun, yeah, okay. It's a nice thing to have, and trust me, when you buy a gun line without suppressors or without hearing defense, you know it's gonna rock your world. But suppressors don't really make it not a loud weapon. They just make it not as loud as such. You can very much still hear suppressed shots from a fair distance. I guess the suppression will also reduce muzzle flash, so that's why they're there, I imagine.
Communication between team members and makes it more difficult for the enemy to locate the shooter.
Thank you, Yves, for this overview of the challenges. Let's now take a look at how FN R&D met these expectations.
Let's get into it. Let's go. We've had their opinions.
Antoine Godby, hello.
Hello.
You are the engineer in charge of the design team that developed this new machine gun. In what way will this weapon be a game changer in operational theaters?
Well, its reduced weight will enable a user to carry both the weapon and its ammunition. In practice, he will not have to choose between firepower and mobility. This is an advantage that users have been seeking.
I'm interested to see how much lighter it is. I really am. Because as a machine gunner, even a machine gunner in a rifle company, you're going to be carrying 800 to 1,000 rounds, which is heavy. Even 5.56, it is heavy. So I'd like to see how much lighter this is compared to the Mini-Me.
For many years.
What were the major challenges that you faced to avoid having to choose between firepower and weight reduction?
In fact, our greatest challenge was to reduce weight without compromising reliability or user safety.
How did you manage to get the right balance?
Here we go.
To begin with, we made a detailed study of newly developed materials and their specifications and went through a rigorous selection process. Then, based on their respective performance, we adapted our design to take full advantage of their characteristics. This gave exceptional results, as we were able to achieve 30% weight reduction compared to current reference weapons. And this was done without compromising reliability or user safety.
Can you give an example of these materials?
One example is the use of the latest generation of high-performance polymers. We also opted to make use of innovative production technologies such as additive manufacturing. This allows our customers to directly benefit from the large sums we have always invested in research and development at FN Herstal.
Other than weight reduction, what other innovations were particularly appreciated by users during operational evaluations?
We made full use of our long experience in the field of rifles and machine guns to completely rethink the architecture of the weapon. The lateral feed mechanism has been greatly appreciated. Also, right from the start, the weapon was designed to be fired with sound suppressors without affecting its performance, even if fitted permanently.
Thank you, Antoine, for providing these details. You are certainly impatient.
Guys in the chat, if you've had hands-on with this new EVOLYS, let me know in the comments below. What is it like? They say 30% weight reduction. That's really impressive. I'm really interested. So if you have used this, guys, put in the comments below. I'd be super, super interested to find out.
To see this weapon that combines firepower and lightweight, the time has come for us to unveil the machine gun, the result of several years of research and development based on FN Herstal's experience and innovation.
Come on, let's make this a good one.
Christopher Jans, hello.
Hello, Bruno.
Christopher Jans, you are member of the marketing team. You will unveil this new product, a brand new machine gun.
Indeed, I have the honor to unveil at this world premiere our brand new machine gun, the FN EVOLYS.
EVOLYS. The EVOLYS. Whew. Nice bit of crafting. Wow. Wow. Let's look at that design. Straight away, you can see that this looks like all one piece. Instead of like having like 3 different parts, like 3 separate rails, this is all one piece. That's sick. It looks shorter as well than the Mini-Me from this angle. And these legs look like an improvement too. Oh, this looks good. This looks good. Foresight on a Picatinny rail there. That looks like it'll be removed. So that, and the rear sight also is different. These look like they could be easily removed and replaced with certain optics, whether it be a 4x, IR, or MVGs. Oh, I'm interested to see how this works as well. This feed for the feed cover inside. Whew, excited. What do you think, chat? Do you like the look of it already? Let me know. Three different fire modes. Oh no, was that safe? That must have been a safety catch. And I hope that, if that was a single shot, that'd be insane. Single shot and automatic. Let's have a quick look at that again. Let's have a quick look at that again. Safe. If that's a single shot mode, this is going to be huge. Safe, single shot, automatic. That's what I'm predicting. Let me know what you think, chat. Clean. Woo.
As part of the demonstration team and technical expert, you had the opportunity to handle the weapon and test it, so you are fully qualified to tell us about it. What is so special about it?
It is a true ultralight machine gun. It combines the
Ultralight.
firing capabilities of a machine gun with ergonomics similar to an assault rifle. We're offering it in 5.56 and 7.62 NATO calibers.
Brilliant. So they're giving you a 7.62 variant. This is going to be lapped up in the fighting rifle companies. This is going to be lapped up. This is going to be huge. This will be a game changer. It kind of looks like a Scar. That platform, look at the top itself, the main receiver and the butt plate. It looks like, or the stock even, it looks like a Scar essentially, doesn't it? It's very Scar-esque looking. You know, the cock and handle, the charging handle, nice and pronounced. The bipod legs look very nice. Similar to Harris legs. I like it. I'm interested to see how this works, the gas plug. Doesn't look as prominent as the old FN Mini-Me.
It really is amazingly light, isn't it, Christoph?
Yes, it is. The FN EVOLYS weighs between 5.5 and 6 kilos depending on the caliber. That's much lighter than current reference weapons. You feel it immediately.
So weight is a very important criteria for a machine gunner in combat?
Very important. To move...
You can have a 7.62 version of this for just over half the weight of a GPMG. Wow.
fast over difficult terrain carrying a machine gun, and to engage with a high volume of fire when needed is often complicated and exhausting. The FN EVOLYS solves these problems.
All this without reducing reliability or safety.
That's true, Bruno. We've been able to reduce weight thanks to the innovative architecture and modern materials. Therefore, it was not necessary to compromise on reliability or part life.
Thank you, Christoph. As we will see, it's not just reduced weight that makes the FN EVOLYS machine gun easier to handle in the field. Joseph Librici, technical expert from the FN demonstration team, will explain this to us.
During testing, we found the weapon comfortable and extremely stable when firing.
Good.
The hydraulic buffer gives a steady rate of fire and reduces recoil.
That looks smooth as a whistle. That looks smooth as a whistle.
It also reduces the effects of variations in ammunition, climactic conditions, and the use of a sound suppressor. The gas-operated mechanism with a short-stroke piston used in the FN EVOLYS stops firing residues from reaching the moving parts.
Look at the way that feed cover opens. The way the feed cover comes out to the side. This is new stuff. And again, it allows for things like your optics not to be disturbed by a big lift of a feed cover. I like it, I like it.
Greatly reduces the risk of stoppages. Intensive firing with the sound suppressor showed no reduction in performance. That's because the weapon was designed from the start to avoid negative effects of back pressure caused by a sound suppressor. There's no fouling and no debris projected towards the user, even...
That's impressive. Machine gunners will know that when you're firing these kind of weapon systems over a long period of time, you get bits of the casing, bits of cordite from the casing as well, flick back at you now and again, and it can hit your eye and stuff, and it can be uncomfortable, it can be shit. Sometimes a big chunk can hit you in the face, but this has eliminated that. That's just a nice creature comfort.
For left-handers, other advantages are that the FN EVOLYS fires from an open bolt and has an anti-runaway mechanism.
Huge. So what he means there is there's a chance of, with current machine guns, called a runaway gun, where the sear doesn't catch the bolt at the rear and it keeps pressing forward. So you can have your finger off the trigger and the gun will keep firing. And that's called a runaway gun. So this apparently eliminates that. Nice.
This helps ensure user safety.
Yeah, going off safety, the only way to stop a runaway gun is to snap the belt and stop feeding ammunition into it. Keep it in a safe direction, just point it down range. But yeah, runaway gun.
Comfortable to shoot, stable, safe. Christoph, what are the other innovations on the FN EVOLYS that most impressed the demonstrators?
One of the big benefits of this weapon is the long top rail. It allows users to attach and combine different types of optical sights freely and inline, day and night sights, magnifiers, as well as laser aiming modules. All this can be done without removing the iron sights.
This means that the weapon architecture must be completely different.
Yes, current machine guns either have a very short rail or rails in several sections. Here, the one-piece long top rail made it necessary to adopt a lateral feed system, which is an innovation and has been patented.
And clearly, these innovations in the architecture of the weapon made possible a number of other concrete improvements that are greatly desired by users.
Yes.
This feed cover innovation has been patented. It's so impressive. It's so weird, not like imagining a machine gun with a top cover that opens upward. But the side method seems so much more logical. Let me know what your thoughts are that in the comments below. And guys, yeah, if you've used this before, please let me know. Please let me know what it's like. I imagine it's an absolute treat to fire.
Yes, indeed. For left and right-handed users, it must be easy to use. All actions can be done with just one hand. The ammunition can be either a free belt or in the pouches used on the FN Minimi. If the belt is incorrectly positioned on the feed tray, it will be automatically pushed into the correct position when the feed cover is closed.
Good.
Also, when the last round is fired, the last link is ejected. This makes reloading faster and more reliable.
That's awesome. So previously with the Mini-Me, once you've used the last round, you'd have to lift up the feed cover, brush off any link off the top before reapplying a new belt. But this does it for you. So it's just those extra milliseconds of speed that you're gaining when you're doing a mag box change or a belt change. It's just these little things make a huge difference.
Now, let's see how these innovations actually affect the handling of the FN EVOLYS based on the experience of Frederick Kay, another FN technical expert.
The FN EVOLYS machine gun's size, weight, and flexibility are similar to an assault rifle. This is exactly what is needed for current and future operations. Its reduced weight and excellent balance mean that the weapon can be fired from any position. Transitioning from one position to another is made easy by the design.
He was firing that in single shot. He was just firing that in single shot. This is awesome. This is an awesome bit of kit.
Of the sling attachment interface. The ambidextrous fire selector has a semi-auto position to engage point targets as with a rifle.
That is insane. Love that. That's the first time I've seen a belt-fed weapon system give you that semi-automatic option. Oh, that's really good. Obviously with like the 50 cal, you know, the Browning M2, you can change it to fire single shot. This is really, really, really impressive.
The full auto position allows suppressive fire, as with a machine gun. Loading the belt is instinctive and fast for both right-handed and left-handed shooters. Finally, the butt is adjustable in length and height. Whatever his size or the equipment he is wearing, the user can always find a comfortable shooting position.
That's impressive. Extendable buttstock, so you get that correct, comfortable eye relief, is so important for shooting.
Christophe, the FN EVOLYS was pushed to its limits. After such testing, what are your final conclusions concerning this weapon and the true benefits for the user in the field?
We can confidently say that weapon gives users the firepower and the mobility they need for current operational conditions. It is no longer necessary to choose between an assault rifle or a machine gun.
We can feel the extraordinary enthusiasm of the FN Herstal teams for this new product. What do you think of it, Christophe?
We've been able to combine our expertise in small arms development and production, especially in machine guns, which is recognized around the world, with cutting-edge technologies, modern materials, and an innovative architecture. We're convinced that this will open a new chapter in the history of machine guns.
Christophe Verjans, thank you for all this information. Like the FN Mag and the FN Mini-Me that preceded it, the FN EVOLYS will undoubtedly become a world reference. And FN Herstal will be able to continue to say for decades to come that 1 out of every 2 machine guns in the world comes from FN Herstal.
Impressive. Guys, the FN EVOLYS. I am impressed. I absolutely love the look of this light machine gun. The fact that it's semi-automatic option, everything about this weapon system is perfect for warfare. Perfect for warfare. Guys, I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this FN EVOLYS. Oof. Great bit of kit. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for stopping by.